Happy Wednesday. I nearly forgot what day it was then. So I've not done a Mitre ATT&CK video for a couple of weeks, so welcome back to the series, where today we're going to talk around privilege escalation. So by now we're in the network persistently, and our next step is to look to gain some higher levels of permission so that we can carry out some more sophisticated processes and kind of further our attack. So there's a few ways that we can do this. The first one is using a user account that's been given admin access. So if we've got standard users who might be admins on their machines, or we've got really poorly protected privileged identities, then an attacker is going to look to use those. It's unlikely that they'll use these accounts to kind of run malware or any other tools, because they could be quite easily detected, but they could be using them to do things like intercept emails or create other accounts, or some other kind of malicious activities to kind of help them stay within the network but without them being detected. Another method that they could use is access token manipulation. So Windows uses access tokens to kind of understand who should be in charge of running specific processes, but you could manipulate those so that they appear as like a child process of a process that you do have access to run, or you could potentially create some new processes. And again, like with persistence, we can do things like creating scripts which run when the system boots or when it logs on. So prevention, it does seem to crop up a lot in these videos, but realistically it is privileged identity management for this one, and with privilege escalation it does make sense. So the main tool we've got here is using a just-in-time and just enough access model, which will reduce your attack surface from a privileged identity management point of view. If we've got appliances in our environment, then we need to make sure we've kind of got a password policy in place so that we change the default username and password on anything like a firewall or a router. And then using multi-factor authentication can be a help with making sure some of our user accounts aren't being hijacked by an attacker. So if someone does get access to a valid user account, if there's multi-factor authentication enabled, it will prevent that attacker getting into the network. So thank you very much for listening. Enjoy the sunshine and keep a lookout for the next video, which will be on defense evasion. Speak to you soon.